Well, hello again everyone and welcome back. Hopefully this video finds you well. Today we're going to take a look at another US MRE. This is menu number 2, pizza slice, cheese. So we've done pizza slice on the channel before, the pepperoni variety. We have not done the cheese. Doesn't look like we have the date code on the bag, which is weirdly, unfortunately, the standard for Warnick. Not sure why they do that. And a really uneven seal on the bottom of that bag. But regardless, everything should be well in hand with this. Let's go ahead and pop it open and see what all we are getting with our cheese pizza. God, I remember when the whole pizza thing came out and everybody was just going nuts and, you know, so happy that, you know, we finally have this pizza. And then we get it and it's like, yep, it's pizza. Oh boy, the original ones, the cheese would turn funky colors and blah, blah, blah. But now good old Bridgeford supplies our pizza slices, and there we have our standard just cheese. So if you're not eating the pepperoni, you can just get the cheese. So that's good. We have a First Strike chocolate flavored nutritious energy bar. First Strike bars, you know, they're not too bad. I wouldn't say that they're anything crazy special. They do put the little puffed rice in there, which is a nice contrast, but they're kind of, ooh, that one definitely feels like it's a little springy. But regardless of that, you know, they are decent. They kind of remind me of the old, what is it, Power Bars, just with crisp rice. And we do have a date here of 2067, which, let's see, what do we have on this? Okay, well, I'm wondering what, because we have two 4-digit codes. We'll look at the red. Well, yeah, here we go. So on the accessory pack, we got 2064. So this, I'm assuming, is either 2022, right, or 2012. So we would be looking at 2022 because this wasn't out in 2012. So a very nice, fresh MRE. And I say this a lot, but I do think it bears repeating. You know, when you're looking at date codes, it is a little different with the US because we only use the 4-digit instead of the 5-digit. I would prefer the 5-digit like you'll see on Canadian IMPs and British and all that good sort of stuff. But it can be a little confusing because, you know, we have these decades, but a lot of the clues are included in the design of the pouch, the package. But regardless, I do know that Pizza Slice wasn't out in 2012. So it's obviously 2022, but a little bit of guesswork. However, you know, when we're talking about date codes, the U.S. military gives us 5 years effectively as an expiration date. So a lot of times when you're shopping for these, you might see inspection date of 2025. Well, that doesn't mean that it was packaged in 2025. It just means that the inspection date was 2025. So that means 2022 was when it was actually, you know, packaged, made, packaged, all the good stuff. After 3 years, they do like to inspect the, you know, the boxes that they're in, make sure there's no mold, water damage, blah, 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 you know, rat infestation, you get it. And then 2 years after that, it would be considered expired. So in this case, 2027 would be its expiration date. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't last longer than that, but it's just good to be cautious. So anyway, there is the blurb about that. Next up, we have some peanut butter, which definitely seems to have separated quite a bit, actually. A lot of the solids are down below, and the oils seem to be at the top, so that might be an interesting one. We'll probably need that a little bit more as we go along, but just standard peanut butter, nothing wrong with that. We have some jalapeno flavored cashews. That's pretty nice. Not a huge fan of cashews. That's just me. I like almonds. But jalapeno flavored is very nice to see. I like that. We have our hot beverage bag, which I very rarely use. Good old trusty MRE brown spoon. We've seen that 1,000,001 times. And we have our applesauce. So this was this package here. Enhanced with maltodextrin. Woo! Applesauce. What am I, a child? Yes, I am. Anyway, our heater, our sleeve for our pizza here. which is pizza. It's very blank. And then finally, we have standard plain old crackers. I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed in the menu. Yeah, I don't want to be too critical of it, but I remember one of the first pizza MREs that I got actually had breadsticks in it, which I thought was pretty cool. But here we get a little cheese pizza, we get some nuts, some crackers with peanut butter, a bar, and I think I already said applesauce. It kind of makes me think of a bit of a school lunch, a little bit. But you know, it's gonna hit on a lot of different stuff. You're definitely gonna get your calories, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Toilet paper, ooh, there went the sugar, but we do have some 0-calorie sweetener along with the sugar, 2 packages of that. Moist towelette, ooh, nice, crushed red pepper, that's sick. What am I gonna use that on, the pizza, I guess? I'll just sprinkle it on like I'm in a pizzeria. Bill's Brew coffee, we have some non-dairy creamer, cinnamon gum, a small package of iodized salt, and raspberry beverage base powder, which seems to have held up pretty well. And then there's our sugar. So yeah, overall, it's a meal. Let's go ahead and I guess we'll go ahead and heat our pizza up in here. Although it is shelf stable, so it is ready to eat, which means you can just eat it straight out of the package. You don't have to heat it up. And honestly, with these, I don't know if heating it up does a heck of a lot for it. Boy, you're just gonna be a little difficult little guy, aren't ya? Fine, I'm gonna cut you more. Jeez. One day, I do hope that the U.S. military finds better heaters. Doesn't really feel like they've ever taken a lot of feedback on these. They're fairly small. It's a small heater, and when you have multiple things you want to heat up, you do tend to lose a little bit of that contact with the heater. You know, we'll put stuff on the outside of the bag, and another good thing you can do is stick, oh, for Pete's sake. God. There, just stay with it, buddy. Stay with me. But what you can do is, you know, maybe put something in here, put something on the outside of the bag, and just put it all in the packaging there, cinch it up, and that usually does pretty good too. So we're gonna aim to fill our water to that fill line. It's not really imperative that it's exact, but you know, you can try. And I usually like to just massage some of that water into the heating element. Because this is a very new element, it should engage pretty quickly. I'm already feeling, ouch, that was hot. Yeah, I can already feel the engagement. This is going to get hot quick, which I love. The efficiency of these heaters does dissipate pretty quickly. Oh my God, it is getting really hot, and I'm trying to get it in the sleeve. There we go. So we can lay this up against a rock or something, let that heat up a little bit, then we'll come back, get everything on the tray, and try everything out. All right, we're back. So that heater was amazing. It was one of the best heaters that I've had in the USMRE in a long time, so our pizza might be pretty good. It would have been great if there was maybe another side to heat, because I like to take advantage of that energy, but apparently, you know, that wasn't in the plan. So let's go around the room, start unpacking what we've got. We have our sort of fortified applesauce, which, it's applesauce. I mean, it's hard to get excited about applesauce. It's funny because, like, I know a lot of people have kind of compared the pizza slice to, like, cafeteria pizza. And this is, like, a very cafeteria food sort of menu, isn't it? All right. In our first strike bar, nice and shiny. Ooh, that smells good. A lot of chocolate in there. Our jalapeno cashews. Try not to get them all over the place as I rip that bag. So not a huge portion there, but it's okay. And then we have the crackers and peanut butter. Do I even want to open those? Let's do it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it up against my little lapel mic so maybe we can get the hiss. I don't know if you heard that, but it was quick. I kind of went a little too quick on that. So we've got our, fairly standard crackers there. Nothing really to write home about. We'll squiggle some peanut butter on this top one just to see what it looks like. Maybe. If I can get the peanut butter open. There we go. And a squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. Just kidding. Just a lump. Oh, boy. There. Peanut butter. Okay. Let's get our pizza out of here. Yeah, that heating element's nice. Always nice to get one that works well. And finally, our nice warm pizza. Which, as always, slightly discolored cheese due to the sauce. Not a big deal, but it's got a nice warm underbottom there. And we'll try it solo, but we will go ahead and probably put some of these pepper flakes on there. But let's make our drink as well. We've got our raspberry, which I am a fan of the beverage-based powders, the smaller tubular beverage-based powders, made for 20 ounces of water instead of, anywhere from like 6 to 12, 14 maybe. They tend to mix a lot better. I do believe that most of them contain, like aspartame and stuff like that, which, we all have our sort of thoughts on artificial sugars. I tend to stay away from them, and honestly, I kind of tend to stay away from, God, look at that color. That's like Hollywood blood right there. I tend to stay away from sugar as much as possible anyway. It's not really, it's not doing you any favors, in my opinion. Humble opinion. Not a dietitian. All right. Well, I think we start with the pizza while it's nice and warm. It does have a nice smell to it. You get that, tomato sauce. There's bread. Soft bread underbelly. A little bit of tomato sauce in there. Because it is sitting, it's not going to be like, runny or like pizza sauce you would see on pizza. The cheese, is probably chock full of preservatives so that it will stay. So it's not going to melt. Which, honestly, like a lot of packaged cheese, because of the stuff they put in that, it doesn't melt really well either. So for most people, it's not a very appetizing sight, but it doesn't taste bad at all. Try a little bit of our applesauce like we're back in grade school. It's applesauce. Nothing crazy special. It is sweet, but it's just pretty much like any applesauce you'd get off of the shelf. Our jalapeno cashews. Those are nice. Cashews are still nice and fresh. There's a good bit of jalapeno kick. Not really spicy, but you just get a lot of that flavor. It's one of the reasons why jalapenos are like one of my top nuts out there. I'm going to take a little drink because I got some of that jalapeno powder right in the back of my throat. Ah, God, I love the raspberry. The raspberry is good. I used to say that the lemonade might be my favorite. Raspberry might be my favorite. I just don't get it very often. Take a bite out of our hard as a rock pseudo power bar. There's a lot of apple cinnamon. For me, I get a lot of apple cinnamon in these. The chocolate's where it's at. It's just a nice average chocolate taste. But if you're craving chocolate, that's the way to go. If you're just wanting that sweet, which I'm not normally a sweets person, I just want that chocolate, man. So that's very, very, very good. running some of our peanut butter. Look at that big old glop there. Who did that? MRE peanut butter is great, but it is some of the driest substance known to man. It really is. But here's what we're gonna do. We need some chocolate peanut butter, okay? We're just getting crazy over here on the channel. Oh, that's good. God, that is nice. I've never done that before. I really should have been doing that. Peanut butter and that bar together, that just does it for me. Let's just put all these flakes on here. God, there was a lot more flakes than what I thought. Bone apple teeth. Yeah, adds a little kick. Nothing crazy. It would have been kind of funny if they gave us a little Parmesan packet in there as well. But look, this menu does read a lot like a cafeteria tray from school. It is hitting on a lot of different stuff though. The pizza I think is fine. It's not gonna knock your socks off. It's worth a try. The applesauce is applesauce. I'm never impressed with applesauce because I ate a ton of applesauce as a kid. It's just applesauce. It's okay though. You know, getting that fruit in there I do think is important. Most people don't get enough fruit or veggies in their diet as it is. It's good to have here. The bar is great. The chocolate First Strike bar is my favorite. Dipping it in that peanut butter though, that's the real win. I probably could have saved the crackers for something else if I'm being honest. But all in all, it's a little bit of an extra filler if you're still hungry. The nuts are nice to have, you know, we do see a fair amount of nuts in a lot of the rations, but having that different jalapeno cashew, it's nice to see the difference. In our drink, I do love the raspberry. I think it's probably the best out of the tubed drink powders if you just leave it up to me. But overall, this isn't a menu that I think a lot of people are going to be super impressed with, but I had a good time with it. It's all good. I think I'm going to go finish the pizza here just so that I can, you know, feel like a kid again. But that's all we have for this. So if you've tried this menu, down below in the comments, let me know what your thoughts were on it. Give me suggestions for future videos there too. Always looking for new ideas, and you guys have provided some great ones. If you would like to send something in to be reviewed on the channel, the P.O. Box is in the description, as well as the Patreon link if you'd like to support the channel. You don't have to, but it's there. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.